All right, so what's next? What happened was it appears they moved from the address. Now, it's kind of like mixed messages because, again, we weren't at the address for like I didn't go there for like 2 years. But I show up there and there's a new person, they're saying, oh, they just moved in a year ago. So that's fine. Now, what happened though? There were some young men outside who were trying to help me find a place. And, for their troubles, I gave them a little bit of bread. You know what I'm saying? Now they was like, hold on a second. Let me get your number in case we could be of help to you again. Right? And you see, I told them, I said, look, here's the person's social media account. If you can find them. You understand? You understand? Now, this is what I want you to understand about what I was saying about with regard to leadership. Leaders are employers of violent young men. That's what leaders are. They're employers of violent young men. When you review the history when you review, let's say, the most important document in American history, right? The U.S. Constitution. What does it do? It says, hey, who's the leader? What is the leader's official position, official status? Like, what is their main, whatever. Now, you can say, well, they're the leader of the executive branch. Yes, you can say that. But what about it? What about being the leader of the executive branch? And what the leader of the executive branch means, or even not even that, what is the other part to it? The other part to it, or the addendum to that, let's say. The addendum is they are the commander-in-chief. You understand? They are the employer, the main employer, the head employer, the main authority when it comes to the employment of the militaries. Okay? So the general might say, hey man, this is where I want the army to go. The colonel might say, well, this is where I want, whatever, right? The Marine, whatever you want to say. Right? I mean, all generals, okay? But the general of the army might say, this is where I want the army to go. But the president says, this is where I want the Navy, this is where I want the army, this is where I want the... What I'm saying is this. Leaders who employ violent men. Now, I'm not saying these gentlemen were violent, okay? They seem pretty mild-mannered, all right? But what I'm trying to communicate is that that's what leaders do. That's the main thing that leaders do. Now, it escapes us. When we talk about, oh man, I want my son to have good qualities of leadership, you're talking about compassion, morals, whatever. You're talking about that, but you're not. This is why I wrote in my book, I said, look, what was the first kingdom? Now, you guys got to look at my name. What's my name? Oni Tasse. You got to look at my name to understand where I'm coming from. The name is Taset. Okay? Taset is in the name. Taset is the first kingdom. Why is it the first kingdom in human history? It's because, what was Taset? The first kingdom in human history. But what does Taseti mean? It means the land of the bow. So the first king in human history, it happens to be leading the place with the most formidable military on the planet at the time. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Are you getting it? Leadership is about military. Leadership is about employing violent men. And if you don't understand that, you're not going to understand leadership. You're not going to understand why you have misleadership. You're not going to understand that. Why you have misdirection. You understand? And this is what Martin Delaney was trying to tell us a long time ago, a while back. He was saying, look, if we don't keep up our standing military, right, we're not going to have anything. That's what he said. He said, if you don't keep up your standing military, you're not going to have anything, right? So that's really what it comes down to. If you don't keep up, he said, look, if we get rid of these after the Civil War, he said, if we get rid of these people that were fighting for us, the military after the Civil War, if we don't have them any longer, if we don't maintain that force, we're going to lose all our rights. And sure enough, what happened? You gotta read between the lines. It's violent men, it's violence, it's war. That's all it's ever been, that's all it ever will be. Okay? That's all it's ever been, that's all it ever will be. All right.